it is a very Survivor Series. So, when it comes to most of these pay-per-views, I try to keep them away from the show that happened that was similar to it in real life. So, like, normally, if the Royal Rumble is on around a certain time, I'll make sure to kind of not put my Royal Rumble on at the same time and stuff like that. But I think this was one of the rare occasions because a lot of people didn't like this year's Survivor Series. It only had 4 matches. The matches were, from some people saying, quite bland and everything in between. So, I felt less pressured to come in for this show purely because I'm like, oh, yeah, this is fine, this is nothing, and stuff like that. I'd had a lot less to live up to, as I would call it. So yeah, it felt better for me mentally to get this done. We have almost every title on the line, minus 2. The women's and the tag are not on the line tonight. But I feel like the matches to make up for those are very justified. I got my water ready because I'm definitely going to lose my voice during this show. So this should be a good time. This should be a very, very good time. And we start off with this gem. So yeah. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's smash this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen!
It's an Extreme Rules match, and it's for the ECW Television Championship.
And welcome to ECW Survivor Series War Games. I'm your host, as always, Scott Silver, coming to you live from Perth, Australia, as we start off with the television title match between Carmelo Hayes and Tommaso Ciampa. This match seamlessly came out of nowhere, but last week Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano got into an altercation backstage, and Gargano said, "You can't take me on. You have never even been able to beat Ciampa. So I'm going to have him destroy you, and hell, I'll make him put the title on the line." So this match has basically been made by Johnny Gargano, of all people, and the title's on the line. Carmelo Hayes getting a shot of a lifetime. Hasn't even needed to win a qualifying match for this. He opens up Survivor Series, and he could possibly leave it television champion. But now, of course, you gotta think of the Blackheart DIY member, the television champion, Tommaso Ciampa. And of course, accompanied by Gargano himself. The boos echoing around the arena. Ciampa seemingly ready, a lot more serious, a lot more focused. That Blackheart mentality on full display before he's even been able to get into the damn ring. But now let's see how the part of Survivor Series. Let's see how we fare. And there it is, Television Championship, as we go down to the ring for announcements.
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes. And his opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, the ECW Television Champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa handing off the championship. One of his first proper defenses upon winning it. Off of one carrying cross in a fantastic fatal four-way. There it is, hoisted high by our official. SummerSlam means nothing now. It's all about Survivor Series officially starting off right now. And immediately Carmelo Hayes wasting no time trying to go for that DDT, but Ciampa able to catch him and get some distance and will lay in some strikes. Ciampa has been on an absolute roll, reminding us all of the Blackheart of old back in NXT Black and Gold. That is how violent Ciampa has become once again. He has become unhinged. He has been ruthless. He has been quite literally back in that psychopathic method. Back, and we all know him, but Carmelo Hayes has continued to be him. Through victory, through defeat, through anything. Ciampa goes to the back, and now a little bit frustrated. He'll take it out on the announce desk. Try to go for a neck breaker right there, but Carmelo able to sidestep out of the way, and now will lay in some strikes to the television champion. Now throwing him around as he goes onto the apron. Now goes top rope, high risk, Carmelo Hayes. What does he plan to do here? Double axe handle to Tommaso Ciampa as we see Gargano bringing in a sledgehammer, try to go over, but now Ciampa will answer with a big boot, and now will start his onslaught of attacks. And now, look at this, picking Carmelo up. And now, neck straight down onto that knee. Ciampa just saying that he's not done putting some damage into him, elbow straight to the button. And now Ciampa will look for some weaponry. Steel ladder right here as Hayes now arm drag to the outside from the top rope. Now Hayes very much having a good opportunity here to try to figure out what he's doing in this matchup. Try to go for a strike there, but Ciampa now has him up for that pin, but able to kick out as we saw as the camera widened. Gargano taking the padding off that turnbuckle in the corner. You can only imagine how that's going to be used later down on the line. But Hayes now springboard crossbody came up short now, and Ciampa will now capitalize. Ciampa now underhooking, fairy tale ending, cover to retain the title, but a kick out at two. A kick out at two from Tommaso, and now he is pissed. Straight there now, kendo stick in full force as Gargano trying to chat down the referee, trying to say, answer this, call this match fairly. What is Ciampa thinking of doing as he now heads to the top rope? Place that he doesn't often go to. Double axe handle attempt, but came up short. Now Carmelo Hayes has an opportunity to try to capitalize. Drop kick attempt, but able to be pushed away from Ciampa. And now Ciampa throwing him into the official. Trying to just disorientate him. Now Carmelo Hayes throwing Ciampa into the corner. Ciampa able to get some space with that elbow, and now holds him up, and he gets a running white noise. And again, we'll slide it out to the outside and get some more weaponry. Steel trash can now in play. The fans chanting they want tables. Unfortunately, there are none in sight at this moment in time. Look at this roll-up pin from Carmelo. Roll-up pin from Carmelo. Could he possibly get it? But no, a kick out. Now running in a clothesline will send Ciampa into the corner. Again, Carmelo now in good position to capitalize. Into the middle rope now. Off the springboard. And a leg drop from the springboard to the elevated Ciampa from the middle rope. Well executed by Carmelo Hayes. But it was not enough to keep Ciampa down. Ciampa now getting another moment. Fairy tale ending. Bossing Carmelo open. Cover. And he gets the victory. Short and sweet, the Black Heart takes control. Carmelo had so many opportunities to deliver more punishment, so many opportunities to get the victory within arm's length, but it just was just a few inches too far away. Two fairy tale endings, and that was all she wrote for him. Congratulations, Tommaso Ciampa, retaining the title, successfully retaining the title. We might be in for a very long television title run. This could go all the way to Mania. This could go past Mania. But if Ciampa has anything to say about it, he will hold on to his new Goldie no matter what. This was it. The final fairy tale ending that busted Carmelo open on that left eye. And that was it.
Here is your winner, and still ECW Television Champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Congratulations, Tommaso Ciampa. Here we go, both Gargano and Ciampa celebrating as Ciampa retaining his title. And Jesus Christ, what the hell? No! What the hell is this? With the chair! Ciampa, what the hell are you doing? Who's getting DIY flashbacks now? Did Ciampa just snap? What the hell is happening? And then he just leaves! What the hell is this? Regardless of what happened right there, right then, the show must go on. And we start with the women's War Games match.
Texas, the ECW Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez.
The faction warfare ends here. Demolition and Riot Squad finally finish their fight. They finish their story. They finish everything inside of War Games per the word of Mr. Paul Heyman. As the women's champion, Roxanne Perez leading the charge for Demolition. All members coming out individually this time around. We got the leader. And next is Ms. Money in the Bank. The Twisted Generation. Cora Jade.
From Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade.
Cora Jade, of course, leaving the briefcase in the back. She's openly said multiple times the reason she holds that briefcase is so no one can get their hands on blindsiding Roxanne Perez. So she doesn't need to bring it out here considering she's not defending it. We have the champion. We have the contract. And all that's left is the closer, the anchor. Cora, Roxanne, ready to go. It's not their first show in War Games. And neither is this woman, the woman who won it last year for her team, making Ronda Rousey tap. It is Maya Rogers. Getting a little bit of a hero's welcome here in Australia. Maya Rogers is more ready than anyone. She knows what it's like to be in a war. Each member of Demolition has been inside of War Games one way or another. They are not afraid of what they're about to have to go through in order to put Riot Squad down permanently. The real question is, who are they going to have to break? What bones have to be shattered? What eyes need to be gouged out? What teeth need to be pulled in order for this match to see its conclusion? Regardless, we have one team. We just need the other. We're waiting in anticipation. All members of Demolition here and accounted for. And it seems that the Riot Squad is here and ready as well. Ruby Soho, Sarah Valhalla Logan, and Liv Morgan. Riot Squad is here to try to put an end to this, to try to rip the control of the women's division from Demolition's grasp one final time. And here we go, starting us off in the War Games. It is Maya Rogers letting Maya, the more physically gifted member of Demolition, taking it on. I'm assuming that Ruby Soho started believing that Roxanne Perez was going to kick us off. That, of course, not being the case. Soho trying to take it to Maya, but Maya a little bit too speedy. The likes of Ruby Soho. Now just trying to take it to her. And again, the rules of War Games. That in order for this match to officially start, you need to have every single member of both teams inside the structure. If you leave the structure, for whatever reason, you forfeit the match and the match is over. Once all members are in the ring, pinfall or submission. So right now, it's just Ruby Soho's job and Maya Rogers to simply beat each other up. And right now, they're both doing a good job of that. Leg drop by Maya. And the timer counts down. We do not know who has advantage. But let's find out right now. And it is The Twisted Generation. It is Cora Jade representing Demolition as we see Maya trying to reference for Payday, but came up short, and of course Cora Jade grabbing some weaponry along the way. Table, kendo stick, what else is going to be grabbed? As Maya and Ruby honestly trading blows. Cora Jade now officially in the structure. And now throwing the table to the other side, and she will quickly follow to now make this a good 2-on-1. Double drop kick from the women. And now throwing Cora for a leg drop onto Ruby as well. This is where the numbers game of War Games comes into full effect. The fact that for the next bit, Ruby has to deal with both members of Demolition. And that has got to make you think about the other War Games match that we have tonight. Yes, we do have two, the males. It was not officially sanctioned, but we will get into that in a bit as the countdown has indeed started again. And now Ruby Soho will get some assistance. And it is going to be former ECW Women's Champion, Miss Liv Morgan. Ruby Soho now busted open, but now she has some backup. Of course, Liv Morgan and Maya Rogers have a pass together, but right now going for the other woman of each team. Now that they're in, now I can say, through word of CM Punk, Mr. General Manager himself, he said that they are sick of Liam Rogers trying to fight back against the United Kingdom, so they're issuing a War Games match to him. Ethan and Wade King, the United CM Punk himself will go up against Liam Rogers and two partners of his choosing inside of War Games. So that is going to be our semi-main event here tonight. So we see Liv Morgan, Hurricane Rana there to Maya. Now look at this figure four there by Cora Jade. Again, a submission will not count here. But just getting that chip damage in. Kendo stick now in hand from Maya, but able to get cut out. And now the leader of Demolition, NXT, former NXT champion, and now current ECW Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. The full power of Demolition is now inside one structure. Now, Cora helping out Roxanne as Roxanne in possession of the kendo stick. Straight into the skull of Liv Morgan. And now look at this, Maya. We saw this. Payday! Now, ropes off, and now Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, Maya Rogers all stand trying to take out the other members of Demolition before Sarah Logan can get involved. As we see now, Liv Morgan off the ropes and the knees directly to Maya. Cora Jade trying to fight off Ruby Soho. Good springboard tornado DDT right there. Thrown into the corner, and now Roxanne trying to go for a drop kick, but Soho was able to catch it. And now, in 5 seconds, War Games will begin! The Unhinged, known as Valhalla, Miss Sarah Logan. And Oblivion right there to Maya Rogers just in a nick of time. And here we go! Demolition Riot Squad. Now it's all happening. Ruby Soho going after Roxanne Perez as the other 4 members are in the other ring, letting them have their own go. Hurricane Run, a DDT right there. Soho trying to take it away on Roxanne Perez quite quickly. Trying to go for a chick kick setup, but came up short against Roxanne Perez. Maya Rogers will head to the other ring to help herself out. Able to double team there on Ruby Soho or Sarah Logan, trying to take on Cora Jade as Liv Morgan just now getting onto her feet. Kendo stick cracking over. And now Liv Morgan will get involved with Maya Rogers, the woman she has a decent amount of history with, as said earlier. Ruby Soho catches Roxanne, now causing her to bleed. And a chick kick! Chick kick from Soho! But she's not done putting out punishment. Hoisting Roxanne Perez up and answering some strikes. Liv Morgan doing the same to Maya Rogers. And now, drop kick from the springboard of Maya. Sarah Logan having Cora in a decent position. And another chick kick! Another chick kick from Ruby Soho! Liv Morgan! And a nice maneuver there as Sarah Logan trying to go for a cover there on Cora Jade. Liv Morgan now with Maya. Crossbody though, aimed at Roxanne. Liv Morgan could possibly get an Oblivion! Oblivion! Directly to the champion! And now chick kick to Cora Jade! Cover on Miss Money in the Bank! But a kick out at 2! This is going absolutely chaos, and now look at this! Pop rocks to Liv Morgan, going for the cover! But a kick out from Liv Morgan, not enough. Submissions have been attempted, all came up short. And now Sarah Logan was trying to take on Cora and Maya at the same time as we see Roxanne Perez moonsault from the corner. Cora Jade now at the top. Drop kick. Missile drop kick to Soho, trying to keep her down. Possibly for a 3 count. And she does it! Cora Jade being the one to get the cover. Demolition stays on top. What a bloodbath this was! There were so many opportunities for Riot Squad to get the cover, but they wanted to embark on the journey of inflicting pain. For each woman in the locker room that Demolition screwed over, they wanted to inflict as much physical pain as possible on the members of Demolition, but they were so focused on that one objective that it cost them. What a war games it was. Demolition continues to stay strong. It was a fast match, yet a brutal one. Congratulations as we now go to the Drew McIntyre Open Challenge. Here we go. Open challenge time.
Extreme Rules match. And it's for the ECW Hardcore Championship.
Drew McIntyre issuing out a challenge to anyone to see him at Survivor Series for a match. No! If you want to talk about dream matches, this is up there! Former NXT champion, the ruler, Obafemi, answers the challenge! This is gonna be one of the heaviest hitting contests that I've ever been able to call. Obafemi takes on Drew McIntyre for the ECW Hardcore Championship. This is gonna be good. Oba seeming more ready than he's ever been. But can he step to the Scottish Warrior? Former ECW champion, former NXT champion, former WWE champion, former TNA champion, Drew McIntyre is here. And we are ready to go. In the short amount of time that this man has held the Hardcore Championship, it has been an emotional roller coaster. Beating the unbeatable Jacob Fatu and giving the shot to anyone and everyone who deserves it. Week 1, Sheamus. Week 2, Swerve Strickland. And now at Survivor Series, Obafemi. But this one has the title on the line. We can only imagine how this is gonna go. And that is what it's all about as we now go to the ring for the announcements.
Introducing the challenger from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds, and his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the ECW Hardcore Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Here we go as the title gets passed off. This is one of the oldest styles of wrestling. Two massive men simply gonna beat each other up until the other says uncle. Obafemi Drew McIntyre. Title on the line, and we are officially underway. Immediately, Oba wasting no time, turning Drew around and clotheslining him in the back of the skull. Oba Femi's mentality has stayed the exact same no matter what match he's in, no matter what it's for, no matter what he's fighting for, no matter what he's defending. And that is to simply wear down his opponent until he physically cannot move, tap out, or count for 3. Right now, he's in the ring with someone who quite literally has the same mindset in the form of Drew McIntyre. So this is going to be a very even match right off the rip, as we see both of them have taken their fair share of shots at each other quite early on. I wouldn't be surprised if these two start countering anything and everything that they throw at each other. But it seems like the ruler very much is in control, trying to give homage to their Mr. Rusev, but tripped up by McIntyre. Now McIntyre trying to go for a double axe handle, but Oba is able to catch him. Oba just wailing on him. Now fishing for some weaponry, steel ladder now, but Drew able to catch him from behind, but Femi stops him. And now power bomb position. Oba has a good shot, but reverses it face first into the concrete floor. Oba right now on a roll as he heads top rope. High risk, high reward. Right there, flush on McIntyre. We haven't seen McIntyre in this kind of situation where he looks outmatched, outplayed, whatever you want to call it. He does not look in the best of places. Now, trying to clear the announce desk. And now look at this, Drew McIntyre throwing him around the outside area. Drew now just trying to simply get a leg up. Throws Oba back inside the ring and will go under the ring to look for a kendo stick, and he finds one. And try to go for it, almost got the hit off, but Femi stopped him dead in his tracks. And now, snake eyes off the ropes. Going for the cover. But a kick out at 2. And now look at this. Oba Femi running power slam. And now the kendo stick on the other foot. Oba Femi could have it here, but no, Drew McIntyre gets out of the way. Claymore kick. Claymore kick out of nowhere. Cover. But a kick out at 2! Out of nowhere after dodging the kendo stick. Claymore kick, but it was not enough. Going for the cover now, Oba Femi. And the kick out at 2. Femi needs to think of something fast. Heading back into the ring to try to deal with Drew once again, stopping him from using the kendo stick, hoist him up over his shoulders, and just throws him helicopter style. Now a kendo stick, a shot in. Could this be it? Could he have weakened him that much? No, a kick out at 2 from McIntyre. Oba Femi now calling for Drew as he stands on the second rope. And now trying to go for a shoulder barge on McIntyre, but McIntyre not close enough to have it affect. Now into the ropes and an elbow. Middle rope now goes McIntyre and a leg drop as well. Now, again, both men just trying their best to counter each other's offense. Right now, Oba's doing a bang-up job of it, Kip up though from Drew. Neck breaker. Kick to the back of the skull as well. Stomps on the arm, and now what does he do? Steel chair. Item that causes careers to end and concussions to begin. Sets it up in the corner. Obafemi has a shot, and he throws him down. Obafemi might be in a good position here. Into the corner. No, and the eye rake from McIntyre stops his momentum. Now into the ropes, drop down, and a Claymore kick! Claymore kick after the second rope bounce! Cover to retain the title, but a kick out at toe from Obafemi! What does McIntyre have to do to put Femi away? And now, sledgehammer. And now, Femi in position. McIntyre in the corner now, but able to fight his way out of it before Femi could capitalize. Power slam. McIntyre again being drawn to that kendo stick. Almost got a shot on it, but now Femi blocks his clothesline attempt. But look at Femi now. Right there. Face first onto the canvas. And now the steel chair is in the hands of the ruler. Try to go for a shot there, face first on McIntyre, but McIntyre able to get out of the corner. Stops him from using the chair. Look at this! Future Shock DDT! That is all she wrote! McIntyre retains! What a match! What an absolute bloodbath. Hardest hitting moves in ECW. Obafemi joins the ranks of the people that almost put him away, but just couldn't. Drew McIntyre continues his reign as Hardcore Champion, continues his open challenge, as now the stockpile of victims continues to grow. Congratulate here, right here, the drop down into Claymore. That would have done it. But Femi finding a way to fight out of it, stopping Femi from using the chair, and quickly answering with the Future Shock DDT. And that was it.
Here is your winner, and still ECW Hardcore Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Congratulations, Drew McIntyre, on the successful defense. But now we must move forward, because next is Cruiserweight competition, Dragon Lee versus Rey Mysterio. Cruiserweight Championship here.
Is an Extreme Rules match, and is for the ECW Cruiserweight Championship.
Here we go. Cruiserweight Championship match. As one of the up-and-coming luchadors, one of the best of recent memory, Dragon Lee makes his way into the fold. Dragon Lee has been put on a mission. The mission simply being restore and save Rey Mysterio from himself. For a number of months now, Rey Mysterio has walked the dark path, and Dragon Lee has took it upon himself to try to put him back on course, to put him back to the way that we remember him. And if Dragon Lee can pick up the Cruiserweight Championship from him, it could very much be a big shatter in the wall, the facade that Rey finds himself in. But let's see if Rey can dethrone the Master. And here he is, the boos now echoing around Perth, Australia, as Rey Mysterio comes forth with the title that he believes is everything. Of course, Rey Mysterio taking that title from tag team partner Ilya Dragunov. And ever since then, he has made it his pride and joy, taking it absolutely everywhere he goes to remind people that this is what happens when you don't listen to people. Showing people that that is proof to go into business for yourself and do what you need to do to get the championship. Fans absolutely rioting. But can Dragon Lee revive him? Let's find out as we now go to the ring for the announcements.
Introducing the challenger from Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, and his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, the ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio.
The title now being passed off. Will it return to Rey, or will it be captured by Dragon Lee? This could either go for 30 minutes or it could go for all of 5 seconds. Let's find out. Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio. Trainee versus Master. And we are officially underway. Trying to go for a drop kick for Rey to walk into. Rey able to roll out of harm's way and immediately trying to keep him down, but Rey able to catch him. Dragon Lee now. Nice setup into the power bomb. That could have done more damage to him than anyone else. And now immediately standing Spanish Fly. Rey able to get out of the way of that elbow drop, and now drop kick attempt, but comes up short, and now Dragon Lee will attempt to capitalize. Standing shooting star press. Now into the corner. Kendo stick in hand, but Ray stops him. Doesn't mean that he'll come out on top though in the exchange, but now both men just countering each other until it breaks. And now, sparking the memory of the late, great Eddie Guerrero, 3 Amigos. And now, right there, face first, springboard, again, just a little bit too off. Try to go for again, but again, Dragon Lee knows better to be around that area to connect to these moves. Ray believes that Dragon Lee's dumb enough to walk into these areas, but he simply isn't. But now he's in the corner thanks to Mysterio. And what is he planning to do with it? Bulldog and off the ropes as well. Now trying to get outside, luring Mysterio there, and that could very much be Dragon Lee's approach. The strength of Dragon Lee right there. Now Dragon Lee suplex right there. And now back up to his feet, Rey Mysterio again, just trying to get that DDT, and he does. Back into the ring. Now, what happens here as he throws Dragon Lee back into the ring? Trash can now been found. Quickly brought in by Mysterio. And a clothesline will send Dragon Lee back down, but he is able to kick and get back up to his feet. Into the corner goes Mysterio, the Cruiserweight Champion, getting some distance now. Lee, forearm, straight to the face. Now picking up that steel trash can that Ray brought in, but doesn't want to use it. And now clothesline, and another one from Dragon Lee. Catches the boot attempt and trips Ray up. Dragon Lee is on fire. Now, steel chair. Almost getting to a point to use it, but the kicks from Ray. Arm drag as well. That could have very much been the catalyst there, try to quite literally fall under Dragon Lee, but right now, Mysterio using his veteran knowledge to his absolute advantage. Now again going shopping for some referee. And now the sledgehammer, but Dragon Lee has other plans. It was a stiff knee straight to the skull of Ray, getting a 2 count, not enough to put Ray away. Ray kip up, and Dragon Lee will find his advantage, but no. Rey Mysterio again just stopping him in his tracks. Drop kick will send him down. Cover was kicked out at 1. Now Rey Mysterio, Hurricane Rana sends Lee down. Again, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio just going back and forth. But Ray may have it here. Going for it. 619. And telling him he ain't nothing. Not going for the cover though, wanting to inflict more pain with that steel chair to the chest. And now, that is it. And it is Rey Mysterio successfully retaining his Cruiserweight Championship. Dragon Lee, so close yet so far. a few tricks in the book, but Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, has been doing this for more than 20 years. He knows his way around. It just wasn't enough for Dragon Lee. And it was this right here where everything changed. Dragon Lee, too focused on trying to get the job done clean, wasn't ready for a 619. And of course, the chair shot to the chest. And that secures the championship for Mysterio.
Here is your winner, and still ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio.
Congratulations, Rey, in picking up the title once again. What the hell? He is back! What? These two are giving each other right now. Rey just walks away. And now this match, early development. But regardless,
It's a match we have.
Is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 29 pounds, Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is here.